Simba. Whoa. We're recording.
Maybe she wants to hang out.
No, that's crazy.
Safi, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to Evolution of a Pup.
Yeah.
You're gonna grow with the show.
Yeah, we can see how big she is next time.
Puppy check.
No biting. I've never seen her bite me.
I know, bro. She kind of looks like Snoopy.
Welcome back to another episode of Evolution of a Joke. We were gone for a bit.
Getting new pups.
Yes, sure.
Oh.
Say hi.
Hi, puppy.
Say hi, look.
Hey, puppy. Look how gorgeous she is. Like a
bite,
mini.
bite your ass. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's
Yeah.
trying.
Oh,
You
there
can't get
you
me.
go.
You
There
can't
you
get
go.
me. You can't get me.
Okay. But yes, we're back. I'm excited for this episode. This is and you haven't heard this story. So this is a brand new joke, brand new story.
And for those who are paying attention, I remember like a couple weeks ago we were doing an episode, and you did mention that storytelling was something you wanted to incorporate more.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm glad that you're actually. I know because I was watching some of the YouTube.
Oh, really?
Or YouTube. Yeah, I remember I watched that episode where you were saying that you wanted. That was an intention you had, was to try to tell more stories, and here you are doing it, evolving.
It's weird because just like the longer and longer sets you do, the more chance you have to tell a longer story.
Yeah.
I guess this is not even a long story. This is just actually so this is important. So I just did a few jokes in a row, and basically the punchline of that last one is: if there's gunshots in the neighborhood and your girl calls the police, I'll end up being the one that gets shot. That's the end of that joke. So don't call the police.
I have to do a disclaimer on that joke. This is a true story. I got pulled over recently. I'll never forget. It was February 28th. It was the last day of Black History Month, and I was excited because I got through scot-free, and then I did not. And I was like, look at this, cops just harassing niggas for no reason. I was like, this is. And then he came to my window, and he's like, your registration is 3 years expired. And I was like, that's barely a reason. It was COVID, a lot was happening. But then he took my ID and he went back to his car, and then he made a phone call. Like I could see through he was making a phone call, and that's not a good sign if they make a phone call. Like it's not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's not good news. But this is the funny part. He came back to my car and he's like, hey, I got off the phone with my wife. Actually, I called my wife. And I just wanted to confirm, we actually saw you a couple weeks ago at the comedy club, and he's like, she really likes you, she thought you were very nice and funny, and you were nice to her after the show, and she said I should let you off with a warning, so I'm going to let you go with a warning, and I hope I end up in one of your jokes one day. That's what he said to me.
Wow!
Yeah, it was just relax, because I told him, I was like, well, I need this joke, because you up like 6 of my other ones. All my jokes about cops being pieces of out right there by being too nice. I was trying to justify it in my mind. I was like, he's one good apple. He doesn't redeem the bunch. He's a piece of shit still. This is the point of this story, though. It was a nice moment, but then I told this story on stage the night it happened. I went up and I was like, yeah, this happened. And then this girl in the front row was like, hey, is that a true story? And I'm like, yeah, it's a true story. And she said, oh, I'm going to look it up then after the show and see if you're lying. And I was like, what the do you think makes the news in Edmonton? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? I was like, what do you think we're protesting? You know what I'm saying? This is not like, what? Do you think this is what we're complaining about? Like, oh, the officer, James, was too excessively nice. Like, no, this is not. Okay, that's a true story, and maybe I won't tell it as a joke anymore, because you guys got serious about it, so
What the real story is, so this is true. He pulled me over. My registration's never, I never wrote it. And it's funny, my brother got pulled over last year in my car.
Oh my God.
And the same thing happened where they were like, yeah, like your registration is like clearly not like, and he's like, it's my brother's car, but it's registered on my dad's name. So it showed up like a 75-year-old man. He's like, it's your brother, huh? And he's like, yes, it's my brother's car. And he was like, he let him off, and then he's like, you gotta register your car, and I still haven't done it since then. And when I got pulled over, I knew, I was like, oh yeah, this is. My registration was 2 years expired, and the funniest part is my dad. After I got pulled over, he's like, yeah, but you still saved money because you got a full year without paying for it. He's like, so it's worth it.
Well, yes, you didn't get the ticket or anything.
I didn't get the ticket.
Yeah, that's not wrong. The math,
okay,
maths.
so my insurance that you're supposed to keep your insurance in the thing.
Oh yeah.
That showed it was expired too, and that's a big fine. They'll like impound your car. They'll do a bunch of stuff.
Trust.
I just pulled out that thing, and then he's like, can I just take both of them? I shouldn't have given it to him, but I gave it to him, and he went back, and then I'm like, I gave him expired insurance. But then I found the new insurance in my car.
Oh.
So he was gone a long time, and I was sitting there. What goes through your mind when you get pulled?
What goes through my mind is that there's a warrant. And the crazy part, I'm not even in the streets like that. But like all of a sudden, I'm ghost.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got a warrant. They're, you know what I mean? I'm a wanted man.
Yeah.
Or like they're calling backup for some reason, and it's about I'm
Yeah,
to be on
right.
World Star.
Right. So he was making a phone call, and I was like,
Oh,
oh, I was driving yesterday, and I was thinking of this joke, and here's what I added that I should say when he was in his car. Like my mind goes crazy, and one of the things I thought is like I should kill myself and try to frame this cop for it. Like I should start a movement. I was like, can I frame him for killing me? So anyway, it was,
And you won't know the movie's
Yeah,
successful. You'll die in your mind.
Yeah.
The movie's successful. It doesn't even make the news because don't make the news.
yeah. Here's the things I said I wrote down. This is me driving yesterday, and I'm like, I had enough time to change my profile picture back to a black screen.
Oh my god.
I scheduled the post with a hashtag with me.
Go live on Instagram.
And this is a true story. I was doing Wim Hof breathing. I was like
No.
doing breathing. I swear to God. And the funniest part about it is texted me the other day, right after this, and he's like, man, I got pulled over while I was doing my breathing exercises the other day. He's like, for speeding. He's like, I was doing breathing exercises. But so he came back, and he was actually super nice, and he's like, look, he's like, I'm part of like a special task force, and I'm able to actually access insurance. So I called insurance people on your behalf. He's like, and you're up to date.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, I know. I have this thing. Like I was gonna show you.
They can do that?
Some people can. Some cops can.
Bro.
So he's like, yeah, don't worry. Like, but your registration is expired. He's like, but I'm gonna let you off today because this is true. He's like, I saw you a couple weeks ago at the comic strip, and my wife loved you. And he's like, after the show, you were really nice to her. And I'm like. And he's like, so yeah. He's like, so yeah. Go with the warning. And I grabbed his name and everything, but he was like super nice.
That's fame.
And he no, it's not fame. But
That's
he said
fame.
that. But he said that.
Get away with crimes because you're famous? That's fame.
No. But he said he's like, yeah, maybe it'll end up in one of your bits. And as soon as he said that, I'm like,
Start
I have
writing
to write. I have to because I'm
Yeah.
like, this is such like.
It's such
how
a
do you
surreal
not,
thing.
How do you not write that into a bit? The day it happened, I'm like, okay, what's the angle I'm gonna take for the joke? And what I didn't say it to the cop, but what I thought when he said that is I was like, well, like I've never written a joke from this point, like from the cops being good.
Oh.
So I was like, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, well,
Yeah, I see
you
it.
kind of like I'll try, but like it's sabotaging all my other jokes.
Yeah,
Like they're gonna be internally contradictory if like it's like
Yo, cops
you know,
suck, by the way.
I know it's like, and then it's like this guy treated me extremely well. So I'm like, let me do that in the joke.
Was this cop white?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that really
James,
does it. That really does it. James?
Yeah, but he was
Plural?
yeah, plural.
That really does it, bro.
all the things people say badly about cops, let me try to flip it. So like, they have like the bad apple theory. You're like, oh, it's just one bad apple. It's not all cops.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let me do. He's just one good apple. It's not all cops, right? Like, there's still pieces of.
Yeah.
I can.
But-
He's the enough. He's the exception.
I feel like people look at you and, I mean, you're a black man. They're going to be like, this guy's obviously anti-cop. And like, but what if you flipped it to be like, yo, a cops like tell them the story about how you got off, and then you're like, cops actually don't do anything that bad. Like they're actually pretty good guys. Just because you got the good thing at one time.
Okay, but what? So what's the?
Like maybe you could tell the story, be like, yeah, I got pulled over, and
Yeah.
nah. Everyone says all cops are bastards, but you know what I mean. James is a pretty good guy.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly what I want to do.
People say cops, they're too quick to shoot people. It's like, well, you know what I mean? All I'm saying is, maybe you should calm down, or like, maybe need to calm down a little bit and let James, you know what I mean, do his thing. Or like,
What I thought of is I'm like, I want to do that. What he really did is he was polite to me physically. He was great, but it was psychological warfare.
It was psychological.
Because he was
In a
undermining
bag.
my jokes. So like that's what I wanted to do. Like he was.
put the fries in the bag and just write me the ticket.
No, yeah, like I'm like exactly like. I'd rather take that than I'd rather take what I wanted to go is like I'd rather take a billy club to the face than to my jokes. Like don't
You heard
ruin.
me.
Yeah.
You were hurt, bro.
Exactly.
Police battery, us he assaulted. Police brutality on my jokes, so I punchlines.
Exactly. Even when I'm sitting there and I'm like, this car's about to get towed. It's funny because I'm like, I should know the law. Like I should know.
Yeah, my
What
niggas literally
I'm
has
like,
a degree.
I'm like, I should know this. Like I don't even know what the consequence is for this one.
I think it's hilarious, like that, like somebody who like has seen you on stage and is like, oh, this guy's like a famous comedian.
No,
but then like he pulls up on you and like you're too broke to take Register your car.
So the night it happened, I tell the story. That part's 100% true. This girl yells out, she's like, "Is that a true story?" And it was the first time I ever told it, and I'm like, "That's a weird question." She's like, I'll look it up after. In the moment, I was like, "Where the are you gonna look it up?" I was like,
Yeah.
what database do you think? What?
Does she work for the police?
That's what I was like. That's letter. I was like, "Do you work for the police?" And she's like,
Yo.
"No." And I was like, "Are you gonna check the newspaper? Like, where
Where are you gonna find?
where do you think this interaction is gonna be documented?"
Some people
You know?
walk around thinking Google's a crystal ball. Dog. They just
But
put shit in.
that almost became the joke for me, where I'm like,
What do you think they're reporting on the
"You
news?
think this story I just told is like newsworthy?"
Yeah.
Where I'm like, "This is."
Mundane
Yeah,
traffic stop.
Yeah, this is me going like, "Oh, thank God." So I'm playing with the order a lot because I want to do that first. Maybe I think the way I can do it is, I was like, "You think this is what we're protesting? Like this is not." And I even said, I'm like, "There's no documentaries about planes that land. Like it's not like."
That's a
it's,
good one.
yeah, like it's,
Yeah.
that's an expression, but it works. This is the thing that you don't complain about. But I think the way I can turn it is I can go like, imagine if I did complain about this, and then it's hypothetical, right? Then it can be me going through all the steps of like filing a complaint about the police about this interaction, and then I can hammer all the.
This low-key ties well into your joke about, white women calling the social
I
workers
know.
not police.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
So I don't know how to.
Thematically, it could be in the same 45 minutes.
I gotta think about it. I gotta think how to mash.
Yeah, it's a lot to think on. I'm not gonna lie. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's how do you complete that joke, but how do you bridge it into the other one?
I wonder if he hadn't said that, if I would have ever written this. But it was almost like a challenge. It's almost like, the psychology of like, when they say, "Do you want a lottery ticket?" It makes you go, "Well, I need to get one because they wouldn't. I'm gonna win." Like, you go like that. As soon as he's like, maybe I'll end up in one of your bits. I'm like, oh, now I have to. Like,
Yeah.
it's like he
He gave you
challenged.
homework.
Yeah, it's like yeah. And I wonder, low-key, this is why I laughed too. I wonder if he heard my jokes. He's like, all right,
I know what you said.
yeah, joke about this, and I'm like, God damn it, you got me, because now I have to.
Bro, it's actually mental warfare.
Yes,
bro.
it's exactly. It's psychological. But it is crazy how they come with their hand on the gun too, and they
That
always
is
do
crazy.
I know. I'm like, why do you got?
You're immediately escalating.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I also have a story about being like, go by cops. And my story, the cop was black. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And
I
in
could
your
at least
story,
be like,
you were.
in the wrong.
Completely. I was gonna say, like,
I guess that he was like, where are you from? I said Somalia, but that doesn't help my situation. He said, where do you think I'm from? And I looked at him. He's bald. He's bald.
What
He's
is
bald.
that?
It matters. he was bald. It was shiny.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he was a little.
Wait,
he was a
let
little
me
built.
guess. Then. Hold on. No, you
No,
can't.
guess.
No.
Ghanaian.
Okay.
Ghanaian, bro. He's from Ghana. And I said,
Did you guess that?
I guessed that. I said, you're Ghanaian. He said, he went. And I think that's when he decided he was gonna let me go.
Imagine if I did file a complaint about that. That's what made me laugh. I was
So this is me trying what I said out like let me try that order of being like, imagine
like, imagine if this did make the news. If I just called the police commissioner and I was like, yeah, Sergeant James is too professional. I'm saying, like, he's brutally professional. He's okay. No one came with me, and that's fine. I have other jokes that work too, which I'll tell at some point.
It's funny.
yeah, I want to use all the words. Like, I haven't figured it out, but like, so obviously excessive, brutality,
Yeah.
all these things that like I want to flip into the complaint, but I don't know how yet.
Oh, I'm trying to think of more like, what's the police crime? Tamper with evidence.
why he was
Gave you back the expired registration. Tamper with
yeah.
evidence.
Just the crazy thoughts you think. If you give me too much time alone,
Yeah.
pull over, I will kill myself.
I will kill myself. I will frame you
Yeah.
for murder. I'll reach for your gun.
Yeah, suicide by cop. Like the bad apple, good apple, there's that. Then it's like the feared for his life. I don't know how to flip that.
That could be a good tie-in to the social worker joke. Be
Why?
like,
'Cause
he's supposed to fear for his life, but he let me
He
go.
doesn't. Right, I could be reaching for something and this guy didn't even flinch. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Exactly.
I tried to reach for his gun. He thought I was tying his shoe.
Yeah. It was just small world. That's how it felt.
It is also a random coincidence that he just happened to be at one of your shows.
Yeah.
But you're doing enough shows that an effing cop, you know what I mean, was in there and it happened to pull you over.
Oh, you know
and
what it
let
did
you
make
off.
me happy about though? Is that I do talk to people after the shows. I say thank you to everyone for
Yeah.
coming. And I'm like, I'm going to keep doing that for sure.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Bro, I had connections. Yo, got friends in
And
high
so
places.
I say in the joke he called his wife, because it shortens the, right?
The explanation.
It shortens the explanation of
Yeah.
like he was calling insurance, but then he says, by the way, my wife, like all this stuff. All the things that just make you anxious. But like seeing him make a phone call stressed me out. But I don't know how to translate that into why it's funny yet.
What if he was calling his wife and he was like, they were in an argument or something. And he's
He's
like,
all right.
yeah, you like this
Yeah,
comedian?
you like him.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, he was nice.
His life in my hand, put him away. I'll plant evidence on this. If you don't,
Exactly.
The lasagna.
Bro, you know
cooked-
what? This is why you don't cheat with people's wives. This is
Yeah.
why.
What if
You don't have to talk to police. Like, you can just give them your stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to speak. Like, a lot of criminal lawyers will tell you that. They'll do that bullshit of be like, do you know why I pulled you over? And I just didn't talk, right? I'm just like,
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's like, can I have your ID? And I just gave it to him, and he gave me a ticket. This time I was
That's
wondering
smart.
that. I'm like, should I? Just... But I talked to him. Like, he's like, hey, like your like I ran your tags and your registration's expired. Even the insurance thing, when he took it, I was like, my insurance is up to date,
Mhm.
and I shouldn't have given him the old one.
Yeah.
By the way, I think you can get in trouble for that too, for having your old stuff.
You have to like destroy it.
I don't know if you have to destroy it, but I don't know.
It can't be in the same.
I have no idea.
Seeing the second version where you like, where you tell the story about like, don't call the police. They're gonna shoot me.
Yeah.
And then the 180-degree pivot of actually this is what happened. Is
You think it's a
so
good
funny.
sequencing?
Yeah. I think the contrast is
Well,
so
it's funny because I was like, it's a new joke, and I'm like, where do I put it?
Mhm.
And I'm like, I have to put it after
Mhm.
saying I'm gonna get shot by the police.
Yeah.
The juxtaposition has to,
Yeah.
like you have
It's so
to.
funny.
it's-
And also I like how in that joke, like the second joke where you're talking about getting pulled over by the police, like how you mentioned like you've ruined all my jokes. And,
Exactly.
yeah, there's an
Because
example
then,
right there.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Thank you for watching another episode of Evolution of a Joke. This is gonna be, I don't know what it's gonna be called. Maybe Pulled Over. I would actually. This is one where I would be interested to see people. Some people never been pulled over. That's actually interesting. That was crazy to me.
God
Some
damn.
people have not been pulled over.
To be honest, I've only been pulled over once and I deserved
Yeah?
it.
Yeah.
But or even a good question could be, like, how many times have you been pulled over? If you have, or what goes on in your head when you're pulled over and the police is in their car? You know what I mean? In that time,
Yeah.
where you just have to wait.
Well, exactly. Well, that's funny. Funny you say that because I texted Sterling. I'm like, what are you thinking about when the cop's in his car making a call and he's like, how long I'm serving? Like, just like the
Time.
length,
Yeah.
Like, all right, so like,
What is
gone
doing
for
math?
exactly.
Felon math. Yes.
But yeah, it is. That's actually that would be interesting. See you next episode. Don't meme us anymore.
Yeah. No, keep me wrist. Keep me wrist.